Finding strength where you stumble, the path through obstacles. Life has this undeniable way, doesn't it, of presenting us with obstacles? It seems almost like a fundamental rule of the game. You set out on a path, feeling clear and confident, maybe things are going smoothly for a while, and then suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, bam, there's a barrier across the road, a steep, unexpected climb, a confusing detour sign sending you down an unknown track. Or maybe the ground just feels like thick mud, making every single step an effort. Now, what do these obstacles look like? Sometimes they are huge external events, a serious health diagnosis, the loss of a job, a major financial crisis, a relationship ending abruptly, facing injustice or systemic barriers that seem immovable. These are the kinds of things that can shake us to our core, making us question everything. Other times, the obstacles are more internal, though no less challenging. Crippling self-doubt that stops you from pursuing a dream. Chronic procrastination fueled by fear of failure. A difficult pattern of behavior you can't seem to break. The struggle with anxiety or low mood, or simply feeling stuck in a rut, unable to find motivation or direction. And then there are the daily grinding obstacles, the frustrating technical glitch right before deadline, the difficult colleague or client, the endless administrative tasks, the misunderstandings with loved ones, the sheer exhaustion of juggling multiple responsibilities. Whatever form they take, our first reaction is often the same: resistance, a feeling of, oh no, not this, frustration, anger maybe, fear, a sense of unfairness. Why me? Why now? I didn't need this. We instinctively want the obstacle to disappear. We see it purely as a negative, an impediment, something standing directly between us and the happiness, peace, or success we desire. We just want to get past it, get rid of it, get back to that smooth, easy path we imagine. But what if we dared to entertain a radical shift in perspective? What if we could train ourselves to look at these obstacles differently? Not as interruptions to our path, but as integral parts of the path itself? What if the challenges, the difficulties, the very things that cause us friction and make us stumble are not just hindrances, but are actually the necessary raw materials for forging a stronger, wiser, more capable, and more deeply human version of ourselves? Think about how growth actually happens in any area of life. Muscles don't strengthen by lifting air. They grow stronger by straining against resistance, against weights that feel heavy. Diamonds aren't formed in comfort. They are created under immense pressure deep within the earth. Patience isn't a quality learned when everything happens instantly according to our wishes. It is cultivated slowly, deliberately, in the agonizing moments of delay, frustration, setbacks, and waiting for things beyond our control. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It is the conscious choice to act despite the fear, to take a step forward even when your legs feel shaky. Resilience isn't the result of a life magically free from adversity. It is the powerful inner resource developed incrementally. Each time we encounter a setback, feel the pain, and make the choice to get back up, learn, adapt, and continue moving forward. Consider the specific obstacles you might be facing. That incredibly complex problem at work that feels overwhelming? It's demanding that you develop new levels of problem solving, creativity, perhaps forcing you to seek help and improve your collaboration skills. That difficult, emotionally charged conversation you need to have, it's offering you a real-world training ground, however uncomfortable, for practicing assertive communication, active listening, empathy, emotional regulation, and the courage to speak your truth kindly. That unexpected financial strain? It might be forcing a difficult but necessary reevaluation of priorities, teaching resourcefulness, or revealing the true value of non-material things. That internal battle with fear or self-doubt, engaging with it, understanding it, and acting despite it is precisely how you build self-confidence and inner fortitude. The obstacle itself, the external event, the internal feeling, the difficult circumstance is just a fact. It exists. In itself, it's neutral, like a block of uncarved stone. What gives it its ultimate power, its potential to either break us or to build us, is entirely dependent on our response to it. Our perception, this is impossible, versus This is hard, but let's see. Chai, our attitude, victimhood versus agency. Our choices, retreat versus engagement. We can choose to see the obstacle as an insurmountable wall, a definitive proof that we're unlucky or incapable, a valid reason to give up and turn back. And let's be honest, in the moment, it often genuinely feels that way. We can allow the obstacle to define us, to shrink our world, to make us bitter, resentful, cynical, or permanently defeated. Or we can make a different choice. A harder choice perhaps, but a more powerful one. We can choose to face the obstacle squarely. We can acknowledge the difficulty, the pain, the fear, without letting it paralyze us. And then we can start asking different, more empowering questions. Instead of getting stuck in the loop of, why is this happening to me? We can shift to, okay, this situation is here. It's real. Given that, what is one thing, however small, that is within my power to do right now? What internal strength like patience, perseverance, creativity, or courage is this situation inviting me to cultivate or express? What practical skill might I need to develop or improve to navigate this more effectively? Even if I can't change the external obstacle itself, how can I adjust my internal approach, my mindset, my expectations, my attitude? Is there anything valuable I can learn from this? Even if it's painful? Who could I ask for help or support with this? Looking back later, how might I want to have conducted myself through this challenge? Could there be an unexpected opportunity hidden within this difficulty, a chance to change direction, clarify values, or connect differently with others? This shift in questioning moves us from being a passive recipient of difficulty to becoming an active participant in our own lives. Even when circumstances are tough, it's about reclaiming our agency, focusing on our sphere of control, our responses, even when the external situation feels uncontrollable. Remember the blacksmith forging steel? The intense heat of the forge represents the pressures and discomforts of life's challenges. The repeated, forceful blows of the hammer represent the effort, the struggle, the active engagement required to face those challenges. It's precisely this encounter with intense heat and deliberate hammering, this interaction with hardship, that transforms the raw, potentially brittle iron into strong, flexible, resilient steel, capable of holding an edge and serving a purpose. Our character, our inner strength, is forged in a strikingly similar way. Not in the lukewarm waters of ease, but in the fiery trials of difficulty, shaped and strengthened by the way we choose to meet the challenges that life inevitably hammers against us. This perspective fundamentally changes our relationship with difficulty. Obstacles cease to be merely frustrating impediments to our desired life. They become potential catalysts for transformation. They become the very curriculum for learning life's most important lessons. They are invitations often arriving in unwelcome disguises to step up, to dig deeper, to discover resilience we didn't know we had, to grow into more capable, compassionate, and complete human beings. It means that finding meaning and purpose isn't solely dependent on achieving smooth success or constant happiness. Often a deeper, more enduring sense of meaning arises from the process of navigating difficulty with integrity, from the courage mustered in the face of fear, from the wisdom gained through painful experience, from the compassion discovered through shared struggle, from the sheer resilience demonstrated by choosing to keep going. The meaning is woven into the fabric of the struggle itself. Let's be clear. This is absolutely not about seeking out pain or pretending that hardship isn't genuinely hard. It's not about toxic positivity or dismissing real suffering. Pain is real, loss is real, difficulty is real. This is about recognizing that since hardship and obstacles are an inevitable part of the human experience, we have a choice in how we relate to them. We can let them diminish us, or we can choose to engage with them in a way that allows us to extract value, learn, and grow stronger because of them, not just in spite of them. It's about transforming stumbling blocks that trip us up into stepping stones that help us climb higher. It means that no experience, no matter how challenging, has to be entirely wasted if we can find a way to learn from it and integrate its lessons. So as you move through your day, as you encounter the inevitable bumps, frustrations, and perhaps even significant barriers on your path, try holding this perspective gently in your awareness. When you feel that familiar resistance, That urge to retreat or despair, pause. Take a breath and ask yourself, what if this challenge isn't just in my way, but somehow is the way forward? What strength is this situation asking me to uncover within myself? What lesson is embedded here, waiting to be learned? How can I engage with this, not just with passive endurance, but with active courage and a willingness to be shaped by the experience? The path to becoming who we are capable of being often leads directly through the very difficulties we would rather avoid. It's in facing them, wrestling with them, learning from them, that we discover our true strength, build unshakable character, and find that the obstacle itself has paved the way. May you find unexpected strength and wisdom on your path, precisely where you stumble.